Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. And y'all, I have been waiting for this interview, for this connection with A.L. Garris today. I've met her at Conscious Life Expo, and the second I saw her, it was like a magnet. I just knew that we had to connect, and it felt like a meeting of souls. It felt like I met someone who can just pierce into my heart and would know my soul just so profoundly. And I don't think I'm unique to having that effect. So many people that I met that were familiar with AL's work and were not so new to it, that were really there to see her at the Conscious Life Expo, we're sharing the same sentiment. And there's something that gets provoked and gets evolved. And it helps us truly, our topic today is to remember more of who we are, remember more of who you are. So it's going to be, again, I've been anticipating this call for a while. I've been feeling the deep connection. I feel what an offering this is for our community here on Beyond the Ordinary Show. So I'm inviting you to sit back, receive, open, and enjoy today's conversation. We'll get into Q&A. There's an extremely special offer that's coming on, so we'll go through all of that. But without further ado, AL, welcome to the call and to Beyond the Ordinary.
Thank you, Holy One.
Mm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm honored to be here. Very grateful for the connection.
Will you give everyone a little bit of background as to this connection that you have and how it transmits and your calling to really be here as a conduit for what's possible and again remembering who we are and so much more.
Okay. I will condense as best I can. Uh, yes, yes. All right. Right off the bat, I do say yes a lot
Mm.
with a lot of intensity. Yes. And I also, as I go into these connections with groups and or individuals, my body might jerk a little bit or my voice might change a bit and my breath will fluctuate. But it is the energy rising and it is the connection being made and being held. So my body's processing a lot of energy. Yes, and there's even within the information shared, it is activating to the remembrance, the consciousness within the form. And so all that are receiving this space in whatever way they are doing so and whenever they are finding it, know that this is available, this remembrance at an even new level, if you will, of your being. For me, there were a lot of shifts over a very large span of time. I was thinking about this the other day, and it was in 2006, I really started having some changes in my life to just totally reset me. And it was due to my health. That happens for a lot of people. I think it's a wake up call notification, change something, or, we're not going to be happy with yes, the way in which things are going for our physical being. So I started changing things, and yes, I found out I had a lot of fear. Had a
Mm.
lot of fear about a lot of things, and a lot of it was program belief structures given throughout our regular, traditional upbringing. And there wasn't anything wrong with the upbringing. It was just that was what we taught people. We taught people how to be afraid. And we're leaving that. Yes, but it is still a prominent thing in our society is to utilize fear. So I had a lot of fear to clean up. And when you clean up fear, you shift and change your vibration. And when you shift and change your vibration, you start to, yes, see that change in the way in which your reflection is, your life, your everyday experience. So things just kept opening up and changing, and I kept opening up and changing. And then things got really trippy in a great way. But I started registering what I call higher dimensional beings of light. Yes, around me. I could pick up on them, sense them, and in times even see them with my physical eyes. They were coming into my energy sessions with my clients. And I was doing Reiki at the time, energy healing modality. Yes. And I'm trying not to yell in this mic, for God bless anybody who has headphones on. But my client sessions, the energy work, the clients were experiencing uh, the sensation of somebody touching them and physically moving their body
Mm.
gently, but physically moving them. And it was always reference a part of their body that was needing healing, whether it was a shoulder, a knee, a leg, a back, whatever it was. But these were profound spaces because the client had their eyes closed, the session would end, and they would say, "You were so gentle moving my leg. You were so gentle moving my arm." I never touched them. So then it would come out that, yes, these higher dimensional beings, yes, that were working with me, were working with my clients. And this expanded and got bigger. And then I would have visions and knowings of a shift coming, yes, to humanity. But I had no idea. I didn't see 2020 coming, like what happened with the world shutting down and all of this. But it was in, yes, 2017, 18, 19, really big openings. And I kept hearing in 2019 that the light is here. I was like, the light is here. What,
Mm.
is Jesus coming back? What are we doing? What's going on? The light is here. The light is here. And yes, then in 2020, I had a lot of uh, very powerful interactions face to face, literal face to face with a higher dimensional being. And they told me that yes, humanity would be moving vibrationally very rapidly. Yes. And that in order to do this, they would have to hold, yes, grounding frequencies. Yes. So their energy could be housed in their form. And that what I was doing, the work I was doing, yes, was yes, assisting with those grounding frequencies and the expansion. So it took me a minute because I was used to energy healing modalities, right? And then I was understanding this was an ascension modality, a
Mhm.
cosmic quantum energy, the work I do. And the light is here. It's very important we all understand that phrase. Yes, they want us to understand that, yes, we are part of them and they are part of us. Yes, and there's no separation. Yes, and when they say the light is here, yes, in 2019, it was in connection with the balance coming in that was needed. Because the light, yes, was at such a lower level in comparison to the densities that may have been playing out in human history, societal structure. So yes, the first thing the light did was bring in balance. And it's important we make note of that because a lot of times as light workers, yes, as enlightened ones, as spiritual community beings, this glorious space of us we have here. A lot of times we can get in a space or cycle or programmed of rebuke the bad, cast out the evil, be the
Mm.
warrior of light. But there is a lot to say about understanding balance and allowing balance to come in. Yes. And then allowing you and I and all of us to listen with our hearts more instead of our heads, and allowing that I am that we are to flood in through the form. So this group that I work with is us. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
us. It's us in what we would understand as our future. Yes, I always refer to the movie Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, and they have this one scene where they realize it's them helping them, future self, higher
Mm.
dimensional space of them. And that's what we're doing. That's who showed up face to face, in a sense. That's who was moving my clients' arms and legs and so forth. Now, it is connected to many higher dimensional beings of light, but this is what's happening to the human. we are moving, yes, into this alignment of ourselves, this new human, this new earth. Yes, it's a vibratory state of being, if you will, you know. And so as you're being it, as you're functioning at that, yes, consciousness level, now you look around and you see a whole different gang around you, group around you, you know what I mean? Yes. And so this is who we are. Ha. Yeah, this is who we are working with. It's spaces of ourselves and it's higher dimensional beings of light. Yes, that are here to assist humanity. Yes.
That's beautiful. Thank you for explaining it and putting in those terms. It's also resonant and grounding, if you will. And and I want to get to that place also because you say you carry and you work with grounding frequencies. In my experience, so again, when I first met you, it just felt like there was just this expansion that maybe in the
Yakuni.
past I wouldn't consider so grounding, but there was a stabilization in that expansion as well. It wasn't just expansion chaotic and how long can I hold it until it collapses or I get carried away somewhere and I lose myself. It was very anchored in. And what do you, and I'm assuming again, that's not just something that happened to me uniquely. And in the sessions that I've had with you, um, I felt that also. I felt this opening, but this capacity to carry that frequency, that harmonic within my physical vessel as well. Is that
Beautiful.
is that what's happening to more of us? Are we being more
Yes.
entrained to be able to carry that?
You are innately able. Yes, you are created. Yes, yes, already and able to do this. The work I do activates the remembrance, it activates the actual connection, if you will. And it can be in, yes, seconds of connection. It can happen for somebody listening to this, watching this, however they're connecting with this. It can happen by reading the book I wrote. It can happen by coming to the lecture, the workshop space, having a session. It's not limited. It doesn't have to be in a certain way. It's available, and each human is ready and able to receive the remembrance, the activation space. Now, a really big part of Akasma that you mentioned, expansive yet grounding, which is really wonderful. I love the wording because that's what this is. Akasma has a special space of its energy session work that we do, and it's within the connection I hold. I'm holding it right now.
Hmm.
Yes, by just allowing, it's available. But it's called root reconnection or earth reconnection, interchangeable. Now, why? Because first off, most humans, even super enlightened, healthy yoga individuals, they can be ungrounded, but it's not their fault. It's that there were a lot of things put at play in humanity on earth to cause the separation, if you will. And I'm not trying to be a fearmonger or Debbie Downer or anything like that. And forgive me, anybody who's named Debbie, but the understanding of the lines not being grounded. What I'm talking about is new to some people, but this is the understanding I was given, and I worked with it myself for years. And then it was like, now you have to tell the world this, okay? But you have root lines. You know, you and I have talked about this a little bit before because you've had some session spaces with me. Humans have root lines like trees, okay? And for some, this will make sense, and you may have heard it before in another space, but for some, it might be the first time you're hearing it. So, your root center and my root center, our root center at the base of our torso, yes, it runs lines of light down our legs. Yes, and those lines of light come out our feet. Yes, and our feet have activation points on them on the bottom. Yes. And so as we are becoming the new human, yes, and we are becoming the new earth, yes,
Mhm.
the activation points are boom, 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 going off on the feet. And those lines of light are, yes, anchoring. into the new earth, into the new earth vibrational field. The body's designed to connect with the energy of the earth, and the body's designed to hold the consciousness. So you get the body, yes, in its physical biological structure, reconnected to the planet. Yes, the energies of the new earth. Yes. And then you are allowing it optimal alignment to house the consciousness, because the consciousness must have a grounding point. Or like you said, you would have expand, expand, expand. Boop, I can't do this. I can't hold this anymore. It's too big. But those root lines, they enable you to ground it. Yes. And then that allows you to continue to grow, to continue to be that ever expanding ascended one.
What do you notice in your clients when they begin rooting in that way, when that shift starts occurring within them?
Okay, there's a lot, but we'll start with the most basic space, I believe, is they become more present. Yes, they become more present in their everyday world, where the world around them is no longer whipping them around so much, if you will, or feeling as big, maybe, because now they understand more of who they are, and they have that groundedness going on in their being, that they now have become more present, and they are more observant. Yes. So they're more aware. Everything is a reflection. Yes. So they're maintaining yes, a space of themselves that I would call their wholeness. Yes, in their now. That's the first thing. And then you start to you start to see the individual implement more. So they become the new human, because the only way energy activates is if you use it. You have to implement it. It can be in a book, it can be in a class, it can be on a call, but if it's not put into action, then it is not your energy, it is not your flow, it is not your vibration, it is not your frequency. So to run those higher vibrational spaces of yourself, you have to live them in your life. And those, yes, roots being grounded, yes, and anchored, yes, at this higher level of yourself, yes, is offering you then the opportunity to shift your life. It's offering, that's what we're seeing in the clients. They're becoming new humans. They're listening to spaces they've listened to before, but they're not hearing them, yes, the way they heard them. They're seeing places and spaces they've seen before, but they're not seeing them the way they saw them. Their vantage point has changed. Yes, their interpretation has changed. Yes, and therefore their life has changed. So it is fascinating. It is beautiful. And this is across the board. This is international. We're now in 7 languages. This is an ascension healing modality that came in 2020. I had an IG page, and that was basically it in 2020. And my little IG page is a couple thousand people still, and yet we're in 7 languages. We're international. That says, to me, that's the fruit of the spirit. I don't
Mm.
know if you've heard that verse before in the Bible. It says, you will know it by their fruit, And if the tree bears good fruit, it is in good soils. Yes. So I look at that and I'm very grateful. Very grateful.
That's so beautiful. So when we start accumulating this energy, and I will speak of it, once I receive so much, there's so much intake, I can't help but to give it out. There's like that, I can't help but to express from the overflow. Um, and it's wonderful. I have a show to do. I have clients to work with. I get to travel around the world to do different things that are on path of that sharing. But what would you say if someone at home said, I'm not ready to do a podcast, or it's not in me, and I don't have a book to write, and I don't travel the world. How can that art, that energy that's being expressed through them, um, be put out in a way that feels like they're not containing something, that it's really in alignment with whatever community or whatever beings they're meant to share it with?
That's a really good question. And in the beginning, I think all of us have that space. All of us have that moment, even if we have a, idea in our back pocket to start some kind of outreach or do a podcast or all these spaces you mentioned. Even if we have them, we still have that space of like, how do I start it? How do I enter into it? How do I activate this space, of really, I think about it as living from your purpose, right? What is my purpose? And then how do I live from it, right? And if no matter what space you're in or how you, because this is, you've got people that got small children running around the house, you've got people that have big jobs that require them, you've got all different types of, individuals coming in with all different types of backgrounds and life structures. The key to it is trusting yourself.
Mm,
First and foremost, that's one of the messages the higher dimensional beings share with me all the time, and that's a staple phrase within a cosmic quantum energy is trust yourself. Trust yourself and allow your flow, allow that trust to be in your life, to follow your heart, to listen to your heart, to try things, to be open to possibilities. This is really big, okay? And it's somewhat connected of why and how I stepped out. It wasn't like 2020 hit and I had all these massive, incredible spaces in private. And now I'm like, oh, yes, I'm absolutely positive I know exactly what to do. No, I didn't. Oh, I did not. And I think at that time I had less than 100 people on IG, maybe, I don't know. And half of them were my family. And I knew my family were very strong fundamental Christians. And I wanted to share certain posts and I wanted to speak languages of light and all these things. And I thought, oh, maybe I should build a new page. Maybe I should make a spiritual page and start all over. So, I don't have to worry about explaining myself, right?
mm,
And then I heard in my head, and I share this in a lot of spaces, but it's important because I'm sure I'm not the only one that's heard this. But I heard in my head, if you die when you're like 80 years old, who did you live for?
mm,
Who did you live for? Were you living for your mother? Were you living for your husband, your wife, your child, your pastor, your neighbor, to keep them happy or do what you think they want you to do? And there was just this understanding within me to trust myself and to allow. And it wasn't easy and I was scared, but I just kept stepping out. And anytime my head would come in, yes, and say, people will think you're crazy, or who are you to say these things, or blah, blah, blah. Yes, I would also remember that I should be listening with my heart and not my head. And
mm,
I would just trust at a deeper level. I would just step out with that trust. Was I scared? Was there fear? Yes. But I've found that if you are afraid of something, if you will trust yourself and trust that you are protected, guarded, guided, yes, and loved beyond measure,
mm,
that you can walk through any fear. And the bigger the fear, the greater the reward, the greater the shift, the greater the expansion, the greater the joy on the other side of that fear. Uh, and I've walked through a lot of different types of fears. Um, but whoever is hearing this, whatever lifestyle you have, whatever you're into, whatever makes you happy, yes, the joy of your heart, yes, is the key. Yes, allowing your cup to be filled. Yes, and allowing that love for yourself in whatever way that is for you. And then now it's available inevitably to all. There's a unity consciousness understanding, there's a collective consciousness understanding. And people say, yeah, but I'm selfish if I fill my cup first, or it's, you know,
mm,
I still have to worry about so and so or so and so. And so I don't think I could ever follow my heart. That's a choice, and there's no judgment. And you have to be happy. You have to make those choices. I'm not walking on your path. I don't wear your shoes. But I will tell you, when I decided to fill my cup and when I decided to follow my heart, my entire life shifted to the most incredible, beautiful spaces. And my family is even so grateful. Like I have a 20-year-old daughter, and she said to me that I gave her proof, yes, that people can change and that people can, at any given moment, follow their dream, follow their heart, whatever that is, you know? And that's pretty cool to have your 20-year-old tell you that, you know? So everyone has this availability. It may look different and it may not always be easy, but if you will trust yourself, universe will flood in and support you 100%.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's, and I'm guided to ask you, maybe not just now, but maybe there might be a light transmission that may want to come through for us on the call.
I'm
Uh,
sure.
yes, wonderful. We'll get
I'm
into that.
sure.
We'll get into Q&A here in a second also and go through this
Yes.
special offer. But one thing that you hold so beautifully, and again, it's you hold it in such a steady way. And you see everybody, you see all of us as higher dimensional beings. What makes us that
Mm.
through your perspective?
Mm. Uh, I would most likely say that it was, yes, yes, it was a space of me that you know, they say you can't uh, give love or receive love until you do it for you, right? If you give
Mhm.
yourself love, and then you're able to give it to another really, and you're able to also receive it. So I think something in that understanding is probably available to us, because I said to me, I asked myself who I was. Yes. And yes, I said, you know, who am I? Everyone should ask themselves this. You really should give yourself that opportunity. And when you answer yourself, take a moment to really ponder yourself in all the understandings you hold of you, and then some, meaning, you know, you're a human. Yes, you have a human form. Yes. And you know you live on Earth. Yes. So that one's a given. Who am I? I'm a human. I've got that part. Yes. But at the same time, yes, I started understanding and knowing myself as eternal, but an
Mm.
eternity space of my being that was completely within alignment as, yes, the I am. Yes. Yes. Having a now. So then, as I began to see me that way, then I was able to see that space of me that's in you, and that space of me that's in this other, and you that's in me. You understand?
Mhm.
Yeah, you ponder anything, you think about anything, you focus on anything, and you're going to expand it. Yes. So I was constantly thinking about that space of us, the space of my eternalness. Yes, I started understanding. I really heard quite clearly. I'm a higher dimensional being of light here to assist humanity.
Mm.
Now, what happens when you implement? Yes, we spoke of that earlier. Yes. When you implement, you activate. So I began to live my life from that standpoint, that knowing, that trust, that belief. Yes. And whenever an old thought came in, or program, belief structure, cycle, pattern, muscle memory, I would acknowledge it, but I would say that's a timeline I no longer align with.
Mm.
Yes. And I would speak again from the state of my knowing of who I am. Yes. And therefore now it is over the years, for 2020, I started saying to people, hello, Holy One. You know this. When I write, it's an email. I write a post on a social site. It doesn't matter where it is. That's my address. Hello, Holy One. Now, what do you think that does the minute I'm giving focus to that space of you or whoever I'm speaking to? And I state, yes, yes, hello, Holy One. Yes, it's like an immediate activation of the divine sacred within you to give in the opportunity for presence. Yes, it's most likely even interconnected with the activation space that many feel when there is this connection point of whatever way it's coming in. And there is the understanding that humanity, yes, here you go, dear one. All right. So you are all Yes, yes, you are all in this shift space. Yes, you are all in this, yes, space of expansion. It is not made up. It is a reality. It is the energetic, yes, vibrational alignment of humanity that is new. Now, you are in all these ways. Yes, yes. Hello, Holy One. Trust yourself. Allow. You are safe. You are loved. All phrases that are shared with you. Get out of the head, get into the heart. Yes, allow the I am. Yes, that you are. In all those ways, you are allowing the shift. You are allowing the vibration. You are allowing, everything is energy. Your
Mm.
thought process, my thought process of separation, the illusion of separation, division. Yes, all of that has a vibration. It runs at a certain space of existence. And when tapped into, the reflection of the life matches that space. Yes, now there's all these other ones running. Yes, the remembrance of your I am. Yes, you hold that. I know you.
Mm.
And so that vibration is at a different space of, you would say, existence.
Mm.
When you tap into that, your life reflection then matches that. Yes. I tap in and I don't tap out. I have moments. I am in a human form. So I have them. But I also, yes, spent, yes, time implementing, yes, the higher vibrational spaces of my understanding. And that activated those spaces. Anyone can do this. You are all, yes, this space at your essence. Does this make sense to you?
It does. Yeah, it's beautiful what's coming through. And it's, again, even that's an activation. That is the remembrance. That is the being seen. And in the being seen, there's more of us that becomes available. And again, you hold that just so beautifully. Y'all, we're gonna get into Q&A. So if you guys want to ask questions and want to raise your hands, we'll call in some live callers as well. I'm curious, as we're connecting when we're rooting in and our feet are rooting in, um, is there a point anywhere where we're bringing so much in that if we don't find balance, that some of those roots and those spaces of connection can be burnt out? Is there something that we can do to help sustain and support what's coming through?
Yes. So, yes, in the teachings of a cosmic quantum energy, the root reconnection is the first step we do in a session. Yes, and everything I'm talking about is, yes, embedded in the consciousness of everything about a cosmo. Okay. Uh, the next space is the soul reconnection. Now, that is the understanding of your soul, my soul, every person here. The soul has had many spaces. Okay. So sometimes there can be trauma in a space, and the soul will fracture or, yes, step aside from the experience in order for the space to be, yes, persevered in a sense, if you will.
Mm.
But in these session spaces, the soul is given the opportunity to bring the spaces back in for wholeness. There's another space. I am reconnection, sacred heart reconnection. That's in the heart center. That affects the field, the auric field. That is the understanding of you and I, all of us, our auric field is designed, yes, yes, to be an impenetrable shield of love.
Mm.
And that is very helpful right now. So there's more spaces to the session. Yes, with the divine feminine and masculine and waters of the body, there's a lot more happening. But those key spaces I mentioned, they have points of reference that are of value to us to understand what's happening with us and how we can navigate. So your roots, yes, your question on the roots, yes, anchoring. For one, this work that I'm talking about is the ascension process. So these roots are anchoring in the new earth. The vibration of the new earth, if you will, is, yes, moving through the root lines up the legs into the light shaft of the human. This is bringing in balance. This is another level of grounding. This is another level of balance. Yes, there may be spaces one could navigate or have or experience that would feel as if you were burning out a root line or holding too much energy. But that is in my humble opinion, and everybody can have their own, and my understanding of the work I've done, that is a space of opportunity for the individual to say, this is a flag to self. This is a note to self that I need to step back. I need to slow down. I need to self-care. I need to, whatever is fits the experience, fits the person's life. But you really, yes, all of us are being given the opportunity to drop these. This doesn't always fly well in all community spaces, so please just love me, love the messenger. But we have a lot of cycled programmed belief structures that are slower. They're just slower. They're not wrong. They're just slower. They move differently, and they hold a lot of fear spaces, and they kind of come at it as, we're always going to have to deal with this, or this could happen, or that could happen. And the thing is that there's a flip to that. Yes. And that's what humanity is being asked to step into, is when the mind goes to, but I could have a burnout, or I could have a whatever go wrong. You flip that. Don't even go down that road. Like, yes, listen with your heart, and remember that is, yes, your I am is your direct line of your eternalness. Okay. You are already fully activated. You are already fully complete, anchored, whole. Yes, it's done. It's done. The quantum understanding, it's done. The now version is, yes, making its way to the done. But the more you lean into the knowing of it's done, and you already are whole, you already have full connection, the more that is allowed to be what is your reality. Okay? Does this make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, it's also the reason why today's call, the topic is not remember who you might be able to become, but remember more of who you are.
I love that. That
Right?
is very well put. Very well put.
It's like,
Yes.
and you're
Yes.
carrying it and you're holding it so well for us to remember, to hold that, to believe that in ourselves, to take ownership and to have reverence for it as well, truly.
Yeah.
Which is so beautiful. Al, I'd love to start taking some callers if you're open to some Q&A right now. Okay.
Sure.
Let's start. Cindy, let's start with you. Welcome to the call. It's good to see you.
Hello, thank you. It's fabulous to see you too. Andrea, first time meeting you. Thank you.
Oh.
So I've been just starting to work with the angels and this grounding process in a new way. And also moving into using my soul gifts. So you answered a few questions already, so thank you. But I feel like Archangel Raphael has been coming in, mostly through card drawings that I have an Archangel deck. And so I guess what I'm asking, is there anything that you could tell me specifically that would maybe help with trusting, opening my intuition and my enlightenment with using my heart? Because I feel like I already use it. Um,
You beautiful, really beautiful words, really beautiful words. Your energy is exquisite, by the way. Thank you for your presence here, Holy One. Yes. Ah, so there's this understanding with you, Holy One. Yes, you are guided. Yes, but you are also the guide. Yes, you are guided, but you are also the guide. And you are gently walking yourself into this space of acceptance in that level of your power, if you will. Okay. And this is just what's coming in right now. So I just lay it at your feet. Trust your intuition and your inner knowing, but I'm laying at your feet what I understand from what you're sharing. Your interpretation is expanding rapidly. Your interpretation, let it. Trust yourself, lean in, and allow. You're going somewhere beautiful. You're already there. We understand a space of you, yes. But you're walking yourself there very masterfully. So lean into that belief of yourself and trust it. Where you think you're going, yes, it is bigger than what you think.
Mm.
Okay, so it's
Mm.
it's bigger than what you
maybe
think, and it's also gonna be a different structure than what you think. Now, what do I mean by that? What do they mean by that? Yes, you're part of this shift, right? We're all part of this new human evolving, expanding, yes, space of ourselves. So be open to, yes, your interpretation expanding a bit. Okay? Does this make sense?
the interpretation expanding.
Yes. So don't cookie cut yourself or box
Okay,
yourself up, right?
that sounds fun.
Okay, so like that's what you're asking of you, because you are a forefront wave of expansion. And yes, so if you will allow this, and you can go as fast as you want or as slow as you want, there's nothing wrong. You're not late, you're not early, you're right on time at all spaces. Yes, but this is not yes, it is not going to be, yes, spelled out, laid out, yes, in the way, yes, that you may have thought, in the understanding of it looking familiar. That's the key. It may not look familiar. Allow it to not look familiar. That would be a good point.
Sounds amazing, Cindy. Hey,
Oh,
let me
thank you.
ask you, because what I feel in a lot of this also is that there's an aspect of me, and this is my personal experience also, that I'm surrendering to. It's not a surrender from the mind. There's an acceptance and a divine providence, like flow, that I feel that I am a part of. And then I'm allowing myself to guide myself there and be taken there simultaneously, if you will.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Yes. And so this is all part of unity consciousness as well. Yes, this is all part of you say Raphael, is that correct? The angel?
Yes.
Okay. So this is part of what is coming in, is this clarity of the unity of you with Raphael. Okay. So not as it, so to allow yourself to see yourself like as a team member. You are part of a unit, not yes, looking for, yes, them to do it. You are part of the them. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Cindy,
Thank
thank you so
you.
much for being here. Yeah, blessings to
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah. All right, let's continue. Dwight, welcome to the call. If we can get you to unmute your microphone, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to be on the show.
Mhm.
So I want to flow. Nice to meet you. I never got to meet you. I've listened in a couple times. Amazing show, astonishing. Love
Thank
what you're bringing to the table. The
you.
whole globe needs this. I want to flow with her, and I want, if possible, because I want to feel more of the love that's at the back of my heart. I want my throat chakra open more, And then I wanted to know if she could scan and see what's going on with finances if my family took like poverty vows on one side or both sides, because it seems to be a common thread in my entire family. And I just wanted to see if she sees anything or what she receives, if that's okay.
Well, let's see.
Okay, it's always okay. I take all questions. I find it beautiful that people would even ask them of me. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me in your sacred connection. You're speaking of your heart, and you're speaking of your throat, and you're speaking of your family and your lineage and your ancestors. That's your sacredness, Holy One.
Mm.
That's your sacredness. So the fact that you would even lay that in my lap and say, will you look at this with me? Yes. It is an honor. Yes. It is an honor. Holy One, you have so much love in your heart. Yes, you are asking yourself to allow the love. Your throat will open when the heart opens more. Just keep trusting. Be available. Be open to the possibility. And just know that it's the self-love first, okay? Like to really just allow that love for you right now, right where you're at, knowing that the you that you are in the human form is, yes, a vessel. Please hear me, Holy One. Yes, a vessel of the One. Yes, can you think about that with me for a moment, please? That your body is a vessel of the One. Let that love that's in that knowing feed and flood in your heart. Now that will inevitably move up through the throat. It will move down through the solar plexus. It's just how it works. In my teachings and my understandings, it floods in the heart and it just goes right up and right down. And it just fills the being, okay? That's, yes, that is the I am. You know, many years ago, I woke up from a sound sleep and I sat straight up in bed and I just spoke out loud. It's all about the heart. It just, that sentence just flew out my mouth. Sound sleep. It's all about the heart. So your question is a powerful confirmation. Will you allow that with me? That you asked me about the heart? And I love it that the background around you is green. So that's the color with the heart center for me as well. So that's a lovely confirmation as well. All right. Now, green is also the color of money. And you want to know about the past spaces maybe being in some type of misalignment. Yes. Or cycle program, whatever it is, energetically, yes, keeping you from financial freedom. Yes. Yes, I will tell you without a doubt, in my heart and in my knowing, that stops with you. If that's something you've seen in your family, if that's something you've recognized or understood, it stops with you. And as you allow that love, yes, that enables the stop, because they can't coexist. That love that we speak of, understand, envision of you being a vessel of the One. That love that the I am, that you are, is, that's a vibrational state of existence that in no way lives in poverty, Holy One. Do you understand me? So, as you allow that thought and you imagine it, and I mean it, I want you to imagine it over the next several days, weeks, going forward. That's what you think about. You envision, you imagine, you feel, you sense, you allow yourself to get excited. You allow yourself to trust yourself, to lean in, to feel that love, right? That vibration that you're running through your feelings, through your envisioning. Yes. Watch your words, because words are how you make the contract, okay? Uh, all these ways are the way you activate financial freedom by implementing, yes, a space of allowance for that vibration through the way you be you. Does this make sense to you? All right, now let me just, if I can, I'd like to just give you a blessing.
Hmm.
If you just take a nice deep breath in, nice and slow for me, please, just breathe. Yane yakaoaye, yana sawatea, toboaye yanakawa, yanakoa, yanaseya. Yanatea tawa. All right, Holy One. Thank you.
Blessings, Dwight,
Thank you.
for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I offer sincere gratitude, gratefulness, amazing appreciation, and thanksgiving.
Now go spread the love, Dwight.
Yes.
But now that we're filled up, what do we do with it? What do we do with it? It was the beginning of our conversation.
Yes.
Put it out into the world. Have it be your art. Have it be your creation. Share it generously from that overflow that's in you. How beautiful. Fallon, I want to call on you in a second, but before you unmute, I want to take a few minutes because I really want to have everybody know the opportunity to go into Andrea's course of what she's offering on the special offer, y'all. And this is incredible. It's just to work with Andrea in this way, to receive, and you just felt a blessing. And there's so much of that that comes through, and it's the blessing. I'm going through periods where like, wait, my energy is going up. I like feel like I need to sleep a little bit. I'm perked up again. I'm going, and I know it's the energy that I'm playing with and interacting with on today's call. I feel it profoundly. So imagine that going deeper into this opportunity to work with Andrea and this. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here, y'all. The link for the special offer, everybody, it's in the chat box. So click on that and follow along as we go through this and sign up. If you want to sign up now, sign up. Don't hold back. Let me find my share button here. And all right, here we go. And Andrea, if you would, if you'd guide us into, we're going to the cosmic consciousness teachings and activations for the higher human. What is this?
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is basically what we've been talking about on this call. Everything is energy. It's all vibration. Every thought we have, every feeling, every word we speak, it's all energy. It's the way we're creating. And so my teachings are giving the opportunity to anyone who feels a resonance and an alignment with me and with the space. It's an opportunity to activate higher dimensional understandings, to implement higher dimensional understandings. And when we do that, we are actually then creating higher dimensional realities. So I'm here to assist with the shift. I'm here to assist with the anchoring of the new human, the expansion of the new human, and it moves into all aspects of one's life. So it's everything. It's relationships, finance, love, it's health, it's every single space, because everything is energy at its core. And some of these spaces are some of the things we're going to talk about, like cosmic remembrance. That's a really big one for some people, and everyone can benefit from cosmic remembrance, because I think you asked me earlier, how can I see everyone in their divine form? And I mentioned how I had to see myself that way first, right? So that's exactly what that part of the course is. Cosmic remembrance is helping you see you as that holy one that you are. We do touch on the angelics in that as well. We talk about the different spaces of quantum connection. I have to put my glasses on if I'm going to read this.
Put your glasses on. Put your glasses on.
All right, here we go. Yeah, this is good. Keep it here for a second. So the cosmic remembrance, the wings of light, that's going to be the angelics. So we're going to talk about that. Now, I don't teach on the angels, so I will not be saying, oh, here's what you need to know about Archangel Michael or Raphael or whatever. I don't teach on it from that standpoint. I teach on who you are in connection with these spaces. So I will help you remember your own wings of light, and I will help you activate them if you haven't already. And yes, people that find their way to my work have wings of light. They come out your back. Some people say, "Oh, I always had a little bit of a twinge in my between my shoulder blades, or a little pressure or backache or whatever it is." A lot of times it's the wings of light wanting to come forth, and they come forth through a vibrational shift of your understanding of who you are. Sound healing, Akasma sound healing, beautiful teachings, actually does help activate light language, also helps move and clear energy in spaces and in your body and in your life and events. Higher dimensional technologies, that's another thing I work with in Akasma Quantum Energy. If you're becoming a new human, if you're moving into a higher dimensional space of understanding of yourself, you're going to be using higher dimensional technologies. I've been using them for 5 years now. I see people being healed of spaces of sickness and disease and mental health, and these higher dimensional technologies are coming in for us and as us, with us. The we communications, that's where all of the understandings are coming from that I teach. The we communications have to do with the higher mind and the higher heart, so we'll be learning about that space and tapping into understanding channeling from a higher dimensional perspective as well. This is not channeling where you tap out and something else taps in and utilizes your vessel. This is a different type of communications. So we will be working with that. Quantum connections, quantum sight, these are all connected into really implementing and living from this higher dimensional space of yourself. You're still you in the now version in your human form, but you're ascending version of you, which is what many of us are already well aware of and living in and as, and these spaces will help open that up. These spaces will help ground that and expand that for you and give you some clarity and maybe some spaces of guidance as well.
Beautiful. This is amazing at Cosmo. And again, it's a 4-week course. It's recorded or is it live? The replays, right?
Well, I'm going to be live for whoever wants to come to the actual class space
Oh, this
with
is
me.
amazing. Yeah.
Yes, I decided to do it. When you and I first spoke, I said, okay, I only can do video. But then I said, you know what, I'm going to make it happen. So I've never done something at this level. I teach classes. My courses are usually about $1,000 a piece.
This is amazing at this
and
price. Yeah.
So this is because John and I spoke in Los Angeles, and that beyond words, really, understanding we shared was we were here to birth a new space of understanding for humanity. And so I feel I really need to lean in and make this available. So there's the 4 actual live Zoom classes that will be in together.
Wow.
Then they will be recorded. So if you have a time zone issue or a schedule issue of any kind, you can get the replays. Now, I have a lot of students buy my video courses and never make it to a live. And they have phenomenal experiences, life-changing experiences. So there's no difference. The energy is just as potent. I teach my students to please return to the video, even if they're in the live, because you're new every time you connect. So your consciousness changes, your perception changes, you're going to get something different. 2 powerful expanding consciousness higher dimensional meditations. They'll be there for you to work with. The portal's already built, so once this is launched and available through John's site here, you'll be able to have access. Even though the live classes start in October, you'll have a lot of material to work with before then. The 2 powerful expanding consciousness higher dimensional meditations that I created, they are filled with activating energies, grounding energies. There's one Akasma quantum energy tuning session per week for the 4 weeks. That is done through remote distance. So it's John, it's what you had when we worked together and I did the session work for you. It's going to be done on a group level, but then the notes are shared this is all in a portal as well, everyone. This is in a student portal on my website. So you have really easy access to everything, very user-friendly. All the Zoom links are in there. All the video recordings are placed in there. The 4 Akasma attuning sessions, let's see, those are videos. Yes, there's also the two brand new. Oh, yes, I made two brand new Acosma tuning session audio links. So anybody who's here that's done my work and you've been doing my Acosma tuning session audio links for tuning work in any of my courses, these two audios are brand new. I made them specifically for this BTO offer. So
Mm.
this is brand new. If you're here and you're one of my students and you want to get in on this one, you're going to have new materials that you've never even connected with before. Orientation video to assist using the student portal. That's right there in the portal. I even have some pictures of John and I at the Conscious Life Expo
Yeah,
in
I
the
love those
video.
pictures. Our forehead to forehead pictures, which
Yes.
were amazing. Oh my God, the transmissions, y'all. Oh, I was in tears. It's like I just like,
It was such an, and can we share really quick with them?
please,
That
yes,
okay.
yes.
So this was fascinating. I was at the expo. It was the first year going to the expo, and I brought a team of 7 women with me. And they're all people that have taken my courses, and they were there to help me share a Cosmo quantum energy with all those who would come to our booth and everything. So one of those women, we'll give her a shout out, Holly. She's also one of my leaders of
Yes.
light in our Acosma family community. Holly, she says she sees John, and I did not know him in this particular life, yet. And so she says she sees John, and she is like, "Oh, you got to meet John." And I'm like, okay. And then she goes and gets him, I think. There was a lot going on, but all of a sudden John's in front of the booth,
Mm.
and I just look at him and he looks at me. You were so good, John, because I did not curtail it, if you will.
You did not.
I did
Mhm.
not curtail at all. And I simplistically and profoundly uh started speaking light language. Just, I felt as if and I hope this comes across the right way. It's meant with the most amount of respect for you and love, but I actually felt like I took you in and you took me in.
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed.
okay. And it was like everything around it stopped. Like it was this busy expo space, thousands and thousands of people, and everything stopped. And I just was like, never met him in person before. And I hadn't seen the space. And I say to him, "Can I put my forehead to your forehead?"
Mhm.
And he's never met me. God bless him. And he says yes, and it was, there's really not a human word for it, but we did that. And then we just kind of stared at each other for a minute. And then there was this knowing.
Mhm.
I would say that would be a good word, maybe. There was just this knowing, a really deep, profound knowing, like our hearts were communicating and our minds and our mouths were not needed, like another level beyond telepathy. And we just stood there for a moment and allowed it, and then like bowed to each other, I think, and
Oh, yeah.
and it was short, though. I mean, it wasn't long. Like it was just like boom, boom, boom. And then I knew, I can speak for myself, John will speak for himself. I knew something happened.
Oh, yeah. Without that, and it reminds me of the saying where two or more are gathered is where the temple is built, and I can feel that, and I think part of that perhaps is maybe not the complete saying, that might be more complete, is that when two or more meet in harmony,
Mm.
when two or more meet in that attuned space, what becomes available is profound. And I felt that in you instantly when we came together. It's like something beyond you and me came to life as part of us. Um, and it's an embodiment of what I feel is possible in unity consciousness within all of us, what you and I both share and teach and embody
Yes.
in several ways. And I got that I had that experience of the reality of that here on earth through my experience with you. So it's profound. Profound. So thank you for that. And then y'all, the sessions with Andrea, oh my God, amazing. I felt my third eye throbbing for like 2 to 3 weeks afterwards, after my sessions, just like going. It's like, what is happening? It's like, I get it, but my third eye would not shut up, which I welcomed. So it's extraordinary. So all that also, and the special offer is valued at over $500. It's $177 here for BTO. They're new courses. There's a 2 payment option. It's extraordinary. Andre, will you please enunciate peace unto you in the language in which you wrote it there on?
Yakaniakua. Chonokea.
Ah.
Yes. Chonokea. Yes. Oh, they just get so excited. Yes. Chonokea. Yes. And you can say that. Anyone can say that. That's one of the
Pinocchio.
Yes, say it's good. If you give yourself a moment with it, yes, yes, and you just say it. If you're not comfortable, you want to say it in a shower or in your car or something. That's fine too. But yes, when you say that, you are allowing an activational alignment of yourself, of your own remembrance. It's the language of the universe. So I understand it as peace unto you. But most of the things that we speak in light language in my teachings, now this is again, everyone can have their own, and they should, because that's how vast source is. Most of them are not as definite in their meaning. Why? Yes, because when you hear my light language, and I speak many dialects of universe, you are hearing a message from your own self, if you will. And so you're going to hear according to what you need to hear or what message you're sending. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
So a lot of times people will say, well, what does this mean? What does that mean? And, oh, I heard you and I know you said this. And it does mean that, but it's not limited to that. It can mean something else for someone else who's hearing it as well. So
whenever I hear you speak it out loud, it just does something to my being. It's like, yes, and surrendering into it. Again, it's tremendous.
Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to mention that you have so many people who've taken your courses and are part of a community, just writing into the chat. Just Gregory, thank you again, John, for today's live. Andrea's A Cosmic Quantum Expansion Foundations course is both life-changing and eye-opening. So beyond, thank you for writing that, Cindy. Michaela, I am honored to be part of Andrea's course and community. It's way beyond the ordinary. So much gratitude. It's like, again, so many beautiful things that are written about you, about people who are really intimate with your work and are grown from it as well. So it's so wonderful.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can we take a call from Fallon, who has her video on? Let's take a question from Fallon. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I am so excited and grateful. Everything you've shared, I feel like you're already speaking to me. So if you want to just kind of like step into the flow, I have a lot going on right now.
Holy One, Holy One. All right. Let me change my position. I need to sit like this for you. All right. You have languages coming in, Holy One. All right. Will you just listen with me for a moment? Take a nice deep breath in, nice and slow. Just let the body drop as you exhale. Let the body relax. Yasanea nakaua. Yanatea tawa. Yanakao ho ho aye. Yanakea. Osoaye. Yanakea. Usoaye hia papoanea tawa. So there's a really big space clearing from your heart, Holy One. Just allow your breath. Yasanea nataoa. Yanea Kaweya. Your solar plexus is expanding. You're opening up your flow. Just breathe. Yes, yes, yes. Just breathe, please. Yakoea Nea Tawa. Asawa ye. Asawa ye. Just allow. You're clearing, Holy One. You're clearing. So really old space. Yes, it's connected with your family, your lineage. Yes, and you're clearing it. Yes. So there's a lot of energy clearing in the breast as well. So this could be your mother's line. Yes. Just allow the breath, please. Yes. Your body knows exactly what to do, and it's doing it masterfully. Thank you for being an anchor of this clearing. This is definitely a space for you, and it must be you first. Allow the self-love, allow the remembrance of your wholeness, allow the implementation of the trust level of that wholeness in your life. Lean in and listen with your heart and allow your flow. And inevitably, this is then also clearing, yes, your mother's line. Yes, yes. Yes, you're expanding your solar plexus right now and clearing. Just allow, just breathe. I'm going to bless your root lines so you hold this, Holy One. Yes, blessing the root center. Yes, yes, you are safe, Holy One. You are safe. Yes, you are loved. Yes, yes. Just allow your breath. Yes, just allow your breath. Beautifully done. Yes, beautifully done. Massive release. Massive release. This is life-changing. Release, Holy One. Breathe. All those who are listening, all those who are here, support her with your love.
Hmm.
Yes. Thank you for the unity consciousness of love. Thank you, Holy Ones. Yes. All right, beautiful one. You just opened your crown. You're expanding your field. Yes. Allow your breath. Ah, yes. Thank you, Holy One.
Mhm.
Thank you, Holy One. Well done, Holy One. Yes, we seal this in love. We seal this in love. Just allow your breath. Yes. Just allow the space. Yes, your wings, they want to come out your back. Yes, yes. Your heart center's opening.
Hmm.
Yes, just breathe. Yes. And this is you. This is you. You just bring your focus back when you're ready. You don't have to rush. You want to stay in this space for the rest of the call. You do you your way. But when you bring your focus back, you make a mental notation of who you are.
Hmm.
Blessings on you, Holy One.
Bless.
Blessings.
Thank
Mm.
you so much. I knew my wings came in, but they were not opening. And it's been months and months. And I'm like feeling like this is the thing, right? Like this is the block. This is the thing I need to move along with all the things I want to get done. That was wild. My cat was going crazy because he told me about the wings. And I was like, you're crazy.
Oh
And
my
then,
gosh, I love
yeah.
it. Thank you.
Thank you for that confirmation. That's
Mhm.
beautiful. You're beautiful. Thank you, Holy One.
And
Thank you so, so,
and
so
thank you for
much.
being a proxy for all of us in this.
Always. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So grateful to receive.
Andrea, we have someone who wrote, and Kate writes in, can I ask what's blocking me from being able to use my gifts? I'm doing work to move forward, but I seem to be going around and around in circles.
Yes. All right. Let's allow this space for Kate. Yes. Kate, take a breath, please. Let your body drop on your exhale. Yanea Kauai. Oh, Holy One. Yes. Yes, bringing in the opportunity to love yourself and trust yourself. The trust yourself is being asked even more. Yes. Let's allow the opening of the root lines too, please, Kate. Yes, please just allow your breath. Yes, as we allow the opening of the root lines. Okay, so there's higher dimensional technology coming in right now. Yes. All right. This is a bar of light we utilize in this, work that I do. It's a higher dimensional technology. It scans the body and the being. Everyone can participate with Kate. You can just take a deep breath in. The bar of light is a beautiful benefit to all. Let the body drop on the exhale. The bar of light begins at the top of the head and moves down the body. It scans the physical, the emotional, the mental, the energetic. Yes, the quantum being. Just allow your breath. You are so loved, holy ones. And beautiful Kate, you are surrounded by love and divine guidance. Yes, and you are bringing yourself the opportunity to hold more clarity with your communications, with your team of light, activating the communications even. Yes, in many ways. Yes, the bar of light coming down the head. Yes, all. Yes. Just breathe, please. Scanning the brain. Yes, old programming being given the opportunity to shift. Please breathe. Old thought processes. Blockages being, the vibration of the old cycle. Yes, allow the space, please. Yes, thank you. Many of you are clearing for your ancestors as well. You are proxy points. You are conduits of light. You are here to be bridges of the change. Yes. Thank you for allowing. Yes. Yes. Thank you for your unwavering presence. Yes. Now the bar is moving down the throat area. Please allow. Yes. Your authenticity. Yes. Yes. Your self-trust. Yes. In the way you, present yourself, your words. Yes. Yes. Please breathe. Yes. Yes, let the body drop as you exhale, bar of light moving down the chest. Yes. Somebody, you're receiving a healing in your thyroid right now. Just allow, please. Yes. Yes, thank you. Yes. Bar of light moving over the chest and the heart. There's a space for you, Kate. Yes, a space with like, yes, being exhausted emotionally. Some maybe not right this minute, but it has happened, or it could be now as well. But there's some you want to put it down, want to put what you're carrying down. Holy One, please allow. Yes, please allow yourself to put it down, whatever it is. Yes, and note that you are safe. Yes, and you are loved. Yes, and you are not responsible to carry it. Yes, the bar of light moving over the chest and down the torso. Please allow your breath, everyone. Some of you are opening up your communications with your teams right now. New level of clarity. Bar of light moving over the stomach. Yes, the intestines, the gut. You are being balanced. Levels in the gut, out of alignment. Yes, 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 thank you. Yaneya kaua ye yanasea taoa ye yanatoa. Breathe, please. We're moving the bar of light now down over the sacral and root, the pelvic, the hips. Many of you have very old energy stored in your hips, lifetimes. Please allow a breath on your exhale. Allow it to go if you choose, please. Yes, I allow it to go if you choose, please. Yes, purple waves of light flooding in. Yes, some of you feel this as a vibration through your form. Just allow, please. Yes, thank you, Holy One. Oh, yes. Yes, thank you. Bar of light moving down the legs. Yes, your root lines. Yes. Many of you are activating your root lines. Yes, for the first time at this new level of you. Please just breathe. Yes, trust yourself. The team of light is around you. You are safe. Yes, you are loved. You are part of the team, Holy One. Yes. Bar of light moving down the legs. Yes. Somebody is, yes, healing the left knee. Yes. Somebody is actually asking for healing for their parent, and you are a conduit. Intend it. Allow it. Yes, send the healing through your intention to your parent. Yes, you can do it for anyone you want. Yes. Yes. The bar of light over the feet. Yes. 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 You are. Yes. Yes. You are activated into a new alignment of your being. You are activated into the alignment of your new earth, Holy One. Please breathe. Someone's healing the left breast. Yes. Yes. And you are all, yes, aligning with this higher vibrational space of yourself. This is who you are. Yes. 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 Some of you trust this space of yourself more. Yes. And some of you are opening to that. All spaces are valued. Yes, all spaces are valued. Thank you for your space. Allow your breath, please. Yes. Thank you. Huge clearing off the back. Yes. So this is for many the past, spaces of the past, situations, experiences, relationships. You have cleared some alignments of you that were not in alignment with your new human. You've cleared them. Now you're going to be given the opportunity to implement a life that is in the vibrational flow of your new human. Those are timelines you no longer align with. Yes. Yes. And for some of you, this will also be connected to money. Yes. And finance and the way you look at it and the way you interact with it. Yes. Those are timelines you no longer align with. They're gone. Can you allow them to be gone, please? Can you allow you to be new? Yes. It is an option. Yes. Allow your breath, please. Yes. Yes. Waves of purple all around you, Kate. Waves of purple. That is my understanding of Christ consciousness. That is my understanding of the presence of Yeshua. Just allow your breath, please. And each and every one will seal this space in love, please. Yes, thank you. Allow your breath. Allow your breath and begin to bring the focus back. Yes. And allow the notation, please. Allow the notation of the energy, the vibration of you, of the space, that it is new. Yes. The minute you allow the notation, Kate, please allow the notation as well. The vibration is new. I am new. Now that is being given the opportunity to flow. Yes, and be a reality line.
Hmm. Wow, Andrea, what a gift. Thank you for that, for all of us here on this call. Amazing. Chris or April, will you please put the link for the course back in the chat box? Thank you. Y'all, the course, Go Deeper of Andrea. It's so beautiful. And again, such a generous offer. Andrea, let me ask you, do you know when in October the first class is going to be, the first live class?
It's the first Saturday. So every class is on a Saturday. I think it might be the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. I
Okay,
don't
so the
know.
first Saturday of October.
Yeah,
Perfect.
first Saturday.
So some of y'all were asking about that. You have that on there, and we'll put that on the special offer page also to make it a little more clearer. So that is available. Andrea, I can ask you 100 more questions. We're just gonna have to have you back on the show again if we're so lucky to be blessed by you again. Thank you so much for what you're bringing and what you transmit, and again, the generosity, but the space that you hold, seeing everyone, acknowledging everyone highest, really seeing the opportunities rather than the pitfalls, really expanding the truth rather than falling into the illusion of what we're not. And it's, again, what you hold is just impeccable. And thank you for calling us up in the way that you do.
Thank you, John. Thank you for creating a space where we can share the spaces of ourselves and connect with one another. I'm honored to be here. I'm grateful to be here. And each and every one of you, however you're connecting with this space, thank you, Holy One. Thank you.
Thank you, Holy One. Namaste, everybody. Until the next call. Bye, y'all.